It's important parents communicate expectations before heading out for carnival fun. Christina Carter with Intuit Parenting joins us now with some advice on how to do that.
Yes.
How to get to the parade route and actually have a good time with the little ones.
Exactly, yes. It's so stressful for parents because safety is on our minds, right?
Right.
And we don't want to break the connection with our child. So the best way to go about it is to prime your kids. And so that really is about coming up with boundaries and expectations and discussing it with your kids ahead of time.
We love to do like little mock scenarios. Like we'll say something like, if a bead falls in the street and it's one you really, really want, what do you do? Just to give them the opportunity to say what they want to do and then explain what the expectations are, like you said.
That's exactly it. And you want to talk about it ahead of time where they're giving their input, you're trying to make sure safety is ensured, but you want them to be heard. And so come to a medium ground where you can agree and support their desire to have that freedom and fun. So priming, it's really about setting those expectations and those boundaries ahead of time where the parents can feel a sense of safety and the kids can feel a sense of freedom.
And it's obviously easier to do that ahead of time.
Yes.
Once you're on the route telling the kids, can't do this, stop doing that, it's not going to work as well.
It's true. Ahead of time, as much as possible is the way to go. And then if they do cross that boundary or not meet that expectation, you can just pull them aside and say, hey, remember we talked about X, Y, and Z, let's figure this out right now. So it's in their mind already, and you're already halfway there when you do that.
The other thing I think about, and this is with anything you're trying to do with kids, is you want to make sure that all of their needs are met. Otherwise, they're going to start acting out. So make sure they get good sleep, that they have enough food. And from the parent's perspective, that can be really stressful, just to make sure that you have everything because you're going out somewhere that's not your own house.
Exactly. So being prepared as much as possible, bringing things that you think, using your foresight, things that you might need ahead of time, bringing all that just in case. I know it's a lot of planning, but it makes for smooth sailing during the parade.
And it's a lot of time out on the route waiting on the parade. And while parents can maybe have a drink in your hand, you're having a good time, kind of dancing to music, for kids that can be a little boring.
Yes.
So just thinking ahead to some activities you can do with your kid or some ways you can make it fun for them.
Absolutely.
To wait.
Absolutely. Exactly. Yes. So it's really about making sure that you're prepared, but also fostering that connection with your child. And so it's really about just having fun. Like, this is the season of letting the good times roll, right?
Yeah.
So you want to have fun and you want your kids to see you having fun and enjoying, but doing it in a way where you feel comfortable, because when you're comfortable, your kids can feel that and they're going to want to be with you. And it can be a really great time to nourish your relationship with them.
And one thing I think about this time of year especially is like everything as a kid in New Orleans that my parents did to make my love of Mardi Gras just like over the top, to create those childhood memories that I cherish to this day. And I want to do that for my kids. So how can we make sure that our kids are loving it as much as we remember loving it?
Exactly right. So do it in a way that is so much fun for you. So you want to recreate that as much as possible. And so what you can do is just make sure that it's supportive to you and in your comfort zone.
Okay.
So you can simulate a parade in your home and toss beads around the house, play music, you can dance, bake or get a king cake that suits your family's dietary needs. Just have fun. I think the point is just enjoying, having fun, because when you do that, you get to connect way deeper with your children, and it's just a great opportunity to foster that parent-child connection.
There's so many different ways to celebrate Mardi Gras, so do it in a way that you're comfortable.
Yes.
Christina, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Well,